If you will not be turned, you will be destroyed.
The death of Emperor Palpatine is one of the most iconic moments in all of Star Wars. It is the redemption of Darth Vader and the final fall of the Sith. It is in my opinion the perfect end of the trilogy, as it completes Vader's character arc and it firmly sets Luke as a Jedi. Before the Battle of Endor, Luke was not yet a Jedi, and he was even shown to have some dark influence in him, with him force-choking one of Jabba's guards and with him showing arrogance and outright threatening Jabba with his power in a very non-Jedi way. And in a more theory note about the dark side influence that's within Luke would be where in Dagobah, when the force projection of Darth Vader he fought shows Luke's face, which is of course supposed to hint on how Darth Vader is Luke's father, but it could also be taken as Luke's possible future of becoming the new Vader if he falls to the dark side. But that doesn't happen. He resists against Palpatine and Vader finally turns back to the light at the cost of his life. And now, they are bringing Palpatine back. Now, no matter what you think of the sequels, Palpatine's return is just an insult. While we do not know in what way Palpatine will return, there isn't really any way that I know of that he can become good. If Palpatine fully returns, having been reincarnated fully or maybe not having died in the first place, it will completely ruin the ending of Return of the Jedi. Even if Anakin comes back as well, it'll just be episode 6 all over again. And if Anakin doesn't return, his sacrifice will truly have been for nothing. The other way is that Palpatine will return as some kind of ghost, like how Yoda and Obi-Wan became Force ghosts, but like a Sith version, which has been shown sometimes, but at least I'm not sure if there's any examples of that in canon, but in Legends I do know quite a lot of Sith Force ghosts that are mostly in their graves. But if he returns in this way, Anakin's sacrifice is just still all going to just have the same problem, because Anakin's sacrifice will have been for nothing, since it just means that he did not accomplish anything. Now, it has been said that it would be weird if Palpatine isn't the main villain, because he was the villain of both the prequel and the original trilogy. And it'd be like if Voldemort died before the final film and some random guy just becomes the final bad guy. But that's not what's happening here. What is happening is that Palpatine randomly returns after having died without a single hint that he was still around. There was nothing even hinting at that there is even a slight chance that he was still alive. And now they are going to have to both explain how he survived and have him die while somehow not ruining the ending of episode 6 and Anakin's sacrifice. And from looking at how awful the other sequels are, I highly doubt that they are going to manage to do it, so we can only hope. Also, on a more unrelated note, personally, the reason I think they are returning Palpatine is because Snoke did die in The Last Jedi because of Rian Johnson, while J.A. Abrams says that this is all planned and they were always going to plan this, I highly doubt it, because of I think they are just going to replace what Snoke was going to be in The Rise of Skywalker if it wasn't for what Rian Johnson did in The Last Jedi.